Hey guys, it's Saga from TechWorks, and after a long break, I'm back with another video. We are picking things back up with the unboxing of this POCO X2. Now this is not the successor of the flagship POCO F1 that we have all been waiting for, but the POCO X2 is their entry into the mid-budget smartphone market. And yeah, POCO is now a separate brand, so you won't be able to just walk into a Mi store or even purchase it straight away from Mi India's website. For now, it is only being sold via flash sales on Flipkart, so good luck trying to get it. This right here is the retail packaging that the Atlantis blue POCO X2 comes in. I believe there is another box with a special edition packaging where you get a collage of names of some of the early POCO fans and supporters on top of the box. Rest of the box and the color scheme is pretty similar to the box of the POCO F1. At the back, we get some information about some of the main features of this phone. Like it comes with a 6.67-inch Reality Flow display, has AI quad cameras at the back, runs on the Snapdragon 730G processor, and all of this hardware is backed by a 4500 mAh battery. As I mentioned before, I went with the Atlantis blue color, and this particular one has 6GB of RAM and 64GB of built-in storage, and this variant is available for 15,999 rupees. You can also go for the 6GB RAM and 128GB storage variant, and that one will cost you 1000 rupees extra. Or if you want, you can even max out the RAM at 8GB and go for 256GB of built-in storage, and that variant is available at 19,999 rupees. I think 6GB RAM and 64GB of storage should be sufficient for most average users, but if you want to get the most value for your money, I think the 6GB RAM and 128GB storage variant is the one for you. Before we get to the unboxing part, if you are new to this channel, or if you don't want to miss out on any of the upcoming videos about this POCO X2 and many other phones, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it. Now back to the unboxing. Let me just cut the seal to lift the lid. I must say it is a pretty deep box and makes me wonder if we get some extra stuff in here. The first thing that we get is this yellow envelope, which contains some paperwork like the user guide. Then we also have a transparent soft TPU case to help protect the back of your new POCO X2. And in this envelope, we also get a SIM tray ejection pin. Below this envelope, we have the POCO X2 itself, which I will keep aside for now while we take a look at the other stuff that we get in the box. Next, we have a 27-watt fast charging power brick included in the box. It is a big and hefty charger, and that I think is the reason that this box is so deep. This charger accepts the USB Type A to Type C cable that we also get in the box. POCO claims that this combo can charge the 4500 mAh battery inside this phone in just under 70 minutes. Now that is fast. Alright, let me keep all these things aside and take a better look at the phone. Now if you are paying attention, just as I removed this protective plastic film, I also went ahead and removed this sticker from the back. And this should also be one of the first things that you do when you get this or any of the other new phones. Now these stickers look really bad when you leave them on your phone. And all the information on these stickers is also available on the box and also within your phone. Just look at how beautiful it looks when all of the plastic is peeled off. Front and the back of these phones are made of Gorilla Glass 5, which feels very premium. But the frame around the device is made of plastic, which I am not a big fan of. Most of you already know that this POCO X2 is in fact a rebranded Redmi K30, which was launched in China some time back. So if we consider this phone to be the K20's successor, I think going with a plastic frame is a step back because the K20 had a metal frame. But then it would also cost much more than the POCO X2. If we consider the X2 to be the latest member of the POCO family, which is how it is intended to be in India, then I think these build materials are a step up from the POCO F1, which due to its plastic back felt pretty cheaply built to me. But that is just my personal opinion, and I would like to know what do you guys think about this design in the comments below. Then at the back we have this quad camera setup, which is a part of the diameter of this sphere at the top. It might look like a projected dome or a sphere, but that is just an optical illusion. The back is actually nice and flat, except around the corners. These corners are nice and curved, making it easier for the phone to comfortably sit in your hands. As we move to the front, we are greeted with a massive 6.67-inch IPS LCD display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels. And for the first time in this price range, we are getting a refresh rate of 120Hz, which means all of your apps and games which support this high frame rate are going to look smoother than ever on this huge display. It also has the support for HDR10 content, so your video viewing experience is going to be amazing on this big display. Now it is an IPS LCD screen and not an OLED one, which means there is no in-display fingerprint sensor on this phone. The fingerprint sensor is now moved to the side, which also doubles as the power button, and it sits just under the volume up and down switch. There are similar bezels around the display as we see on other Redmi phones. There is no longer an ugly notch at the top for the front-facing camera. And now we get two front-facing cameras. The main one gets a 20 megapixel sensor with f2.2 aperture, while the second one gets a 2 megapixel depth sensor with f2.4 aperture. And both of them are placed on the top right of the display. Although it looks like they are sitting in a pill-shaped cutout like on the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, these are actually two individual punch-hole style camera cutouts. Frankly, I like this design much better than a big notch or any of the pop-up camera mechanisms. Below the phone, we get a 3.5mm audio jack on the right. I know a lot of you are happy to see companies hanging onto this port. Then there is a USB Type-C port for charging and data transfer. And besides that, there is a microphone and a speaker grill. On the left side of the phone, we get the SIM tray. It is a hybrid SIM tray, so you can either use 2 nano SIM cards or 1 nano SIM card and a micro SD card at any time. At the top, we get an IR blaster and a secondary noise cancelling microphone. And on the right side, as we saw before, we get the volume up and down buttons and a power button which doubles as a fingerprint sensor right below it. In terms of the overall in-hand feel, I would say it is a big phone and it also has a good amount of weight to it. But after using it for a while, you can easily get used to it. Now depending on the size of your hands, you might be able to somehow manage and use it with just one hand. But for my average size hands, it is definitely a two-handed device. Taking a closer look at the quad cameras on the back, the primary camera gets a 64 megapixel Sony 686 sensor. This is the best 64 megapixel sensor available for smartphones in the market right now. Then we have a 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera with f2.2 aperture and a 120-degree field of view. The third camera gets a 2 megapixel sensor and a macro lens which lets you set the focus by being just 2 cm from the object. And finally, we get another 2 megapixel depth sensor for taking portrait shots. A very detailed camera review with a lot of image and video samples is coming very soon, so make sure you have turned on the notifications for this channel. Inside, POCO X2 is packing the Snapdragon 730G processor with Adreno 618 GPU. You can choose between 6 or 8 GB of RAM coupled with 64, 128 or 256 GB of built-in storage. There is a big 4500 mAh battery powering the X2 which should easily take you throughout the day. But if that is not enough, it supports fast charging and a 27 watt fast charger is included in the box which will help you fully charge it in just over an hour. It comes with MIUI 11 installed on top of Android 10 and we have the POCO launcher running on top of that. Out of the box, the phone feels pretty snappy, which is mainly because of this 120Hz refresh rate screen. I will have to use and test it out more rigorously to see if the 730G processor can keep up with this display. Now just as the phone booted up, I noticed a lot of bloatware or pre-installed apps on this phone. You can uninstall most of them, but I was not hoping to see so many of these apps pre-installed. I have had this phone for less than a day, so I can't really say anything more about its overall performance and battery life, but I will have more to say about it in my full review. What I can tell you right now is although the phone is big and heavy, I think it looks and feels really good in my hands, and from my initial usage, it seems to be very snappy. If you are looking to buy this POCO X2, I will leave a link to it in the description section, and since right now it is available just via flash sales on Flipkart, your only option is to try and get it in the next sale. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.